All right, it's the end of the second season. We've got Etzella away to finish it off. We have flown up into 7th place, which obviously is not where we expected to be in the media predictions. They thought that we were going to actually challenge for the title. Not happening. We actually should have been in the place Unerstrassen are at the moment. And let me tell you, Unerstrassen, big boy team at the moment, beating us 6-2 away from home. But other than that pretty disappointing result, it's been very good in as a whole. I mean, we lost to Racing FC Luxembourg, but they're not a bad side either, and that was away from home. All that good performance at the end of the season brings us to this final game, and we could potentially get up to 5th, which is, it's all right to say where we were in 14th at the start of the season, but we'll take this. And the most vulnerable in facing a 4-4-2, so that's great as well. We might have the slight advantage there. A lot of our regens are becoming 17 years old, so idea is to try and sign them up onto contracts if they do have that maximum potential. Sad news is that Andy Mack is not maximum potential. Yeah, that's pretty disappointing, but you know what? There's a lot more where he come from, and Pashko, Blanchard, Finkbeiner, and Stangnais are still 5 stars. In fact, Stangnais has gone up to 3.5 stars ability. Very good. Right, so I did an online save with a guy called Jake a few years ago, where we took custom-made teams from Vanarama North and South, or Vanarama National League, I think, all the way up to the Premier League and then the Champions League. And in that save, he said, only you could find someone, like the best player in this save on a free. I was like, don't be silly. Yeah, I went on and bought someone, signed someone up who was trialing for PSG at that time, and he was probably the best player in the save. I was like, oh, well, he kind of like wrote down what was happening in the future. Well, I've had a similar situation to that this time around, because I've obviously grabbed a lot of regens, okay, and they will slowly filter into the team, and some of them will not be good enough, so they'll have to be moved away. One that won't be moved away, definitely, is Samuel Maldonado, the Spanish player, the Spanish forward, who's going to partner up with our Norwegian target man, okay, in a new regen, high energy attack for next season. The guy was voted 2nd place in the Next Gen Top 50 Wonder Kids. How on earth have I done that? It's a bonkers situation, really is. Let's go to transfer history. We have got things to talk about because, we definitely talked about Florian Devers, I think. He's made his way out, and Fabio Sequeira Martins is the most recent player to be shown the door, and he has gone to Etzella. What an interesting journey. Since the signing of Norwegian Vetle Brenner, we have Renelson Kelsey, who's been moved on because he didn't have the potential. Boris Barach, who is still here because he does have the potential, and he's 6'4". I don't know why he was a left back, so we're training him up to be a centre back, and I think he's already made significant improvements in that regard. Gil Fernandes is here, Portuguese central midfielder with unflappable media handling, and Adriano, who is a free agent because he didn't reach that potential that we wanted. And finally, Sebastian Giroud. And that's probably the most interesting one because we've signed him up from a different... signed him up from a different Luxembourg team. I don't think he's going to amount to much, but he has got that maximum potential. We are trying to push on The coaching staff, the recruitment, definitely we've gone to push like from 2 scouts I think we had now to a maximum of 3. There's another scout coming in. That is going to be solid. We can't improve the coaches at the moment. I've asked for increased coaching numbers. They've said no to that. But they are still trying to back me all the way with the increase in the scouting. Most of the things that I've asked and recommended for the board to do, they have done. And I just, yet again, simply can't fault them at this stage. And I do go mental on the regens in the first few seasons, but this is different gravy. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to this so much. Because it's not just like the 1st of July where we'll get a good amount of players coming in through non-contracts and player signings and all that jazz. There's going to be players joining us all the way through next season and the season after that. And then we'll have to kind of incorporate them and probably put them into the under-23s first and then let them gel. And it's going to be really, really interesting. Really interesting. But the thing is, with all these players signed up, there's guaranteed to be some decent ones. So hopefully, if we can hold on to them, all right, we'll be stinting their growth for the first 3-4 months. But if we hold on to all of them, some might be unhappy if they're on the under-18s and stuff like that. But our staff will be able to then decipher between all of these lads who are the best. Who are the ones with the highest potential. And they're the ones that we have to keep. They're the ones that we have to keep. Okay? Cool. There's a dude called Peter Tingling in this. I mean, there's some great names. He might not amount to much. I don't expect him to amount to much. 80% of them will be garbage. But it's them 20% and then the pick of the bunch of the 20%, which is going to make us Luxembourg champions by a mile. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. How high can my voice go? I would like to start next season. I know it's a stretch because it's only 3rd season. I would like to start it entirely based regen forward, regen first. We'll have to see how many signings I can do in the summer. But I would like for us to move away from real players. Because it was going to get to that eventuality anyway. And with the lack of results from the real players and how exciting the regens are, well, I can happily start moving on. Like, if I'm going to finish 6th next season, that's fine. I think that would give me another contract. Because there is some kind of information there that there is progress and we are stepping in the right direction. I just want to make sure that we got the best chance, not next season, but the season afterwards to win the league title. If we kept everybody together now, we could possibly push for league title next season. And that would definitely help my contract. My renegotiation on the contract, definitely. Oh, God. Next season, I've got to add a 3rd kit. Remind me of that. I've got a plan now. The plan's up here. Next year is going to be a development year. Denny Stumpf, we're going to miss him. Stumpf was a really, really good player for us over the 2 seasons. He was one of the players that I felt like he didn't want us to suffer. He wanted us to do good. He tried his hardest most days. So, hats off to Stumpf. Who else deserves some credit? I mean, we talked about Allo this season. Holt has been very good this season. the centre mid, and the rest of them will go by the wayside, I think. Abreu's been one of you see, I should be more thankful with Abreu, but Abreu's been one of these players that's just kind of just been there. Nothing stellar. Like I said, no backbone in this team, and it's going to get shipped out. Yeah, that's also another thing. Like, I don't actually think some of these players deserve to, like, taste success. So I am not going to give them the satisfaction. How about that? The only person is Stumpf. Because he's been here through the hard times. But he's on side, isn't he? Of course, Alexandre Thill, who used to score for us, has scored against us, but it's offside. Thank goodness. Titus Pétange up into 6th place. And it is a really tight title. No, there is not. Jesus Christ. Jeunesse de Esch have absolutely battered Swift Esperance. Okay, so Jeunesse de Esch are going to be champions. They have slipped up slightly, and Unerstrassen almost got in there, but they will be champions. I don't think Swift are going to turn that around within, the 30 minutes that we've got. I'll give it a think with Stumpf. Oh, yes. His 7th goal of the season. Stang Nice is smashing it now. He's starting to crank it up. Yeah, I'll think about giving Stumpf another contract because he's the one that I think deserves to be in that title team. However, we can't really have passengers. We can't afford to have passengers yet. Ghent deny. That guy wasn't Mama at one point in the old save. So let's congratulate Jeunesse de Esch. They do seem like a decent side for this season. Our charge was incredible, but far too late. Colella. And we keep on doing that. We keep on letting 2-goal leads go. That's why you're all getting shipped off. Alright? And some young kids are coming in your place. And I tell you what, they'll be far better than you. They'll be far better than you. You absolute mugs. He looked offside. Even though he trains well, he looks alright. Collet is not a fullback. And I think it might be the role that's really killing him because he looks more like a wing back. That is disgraceful behaviour. And it's a lasting impression on the fans, yet again, that these guys are not good enough. These guys are not good enough. And they need moving out of the club. I was at the back post for Collet, probably missed it by an absolute mile. Finkbeiner's coming on as well. I mean, what a mess. We were cruising in this game. We looked fantastic. What's the stats looking like? Yeah, again, more shots. This is the crazy thing. You know the Unerstrassen game? We actually had more shots than them in the match. Lost 6-2. Like that there's something categorically wrong with the players and actually the club. The club as well. We have to change a lot of bad mentalities, stigmas. Get them out the door. Yet again, losing a 2-goal lead. I wish it was something different, lads. Feels like a constant storyline. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Get out of my club. Jesus. I don't want to see you again. I do not want to see you again. Me and the lads were talking about like the cold responses at the end of seasons. And I was thinking to myself, it would be very, very interesting walking into a dressing room and just looking everybody dead in eye. One sentence. I'll remember you all when I win the Champions League. Oof. We finished 7th. Garbage. Could have finished 5th. We could have done that. But you decide to throw that in our face as well. We genuinely could have done that. Jesus Christ. Get them all gone. Shocking. Think Biner had a training rating of... Oh, no, that's training rating. Of course it is. Thinking... Who's our highest average rating player? Can we actually see that? I guess most player... Oh, highest average rating is Ryan Felipe at 7.42. Okay, all right. Of course, most player of the matches as well. But D'Angelo with the best pass completion. What a lad. Disappointment. You know what? The first 2 seasons, absolute disappointments, these lads, for the most part. And now the regens are coming in. Things are going to change very quickly. See you next time.